Hi, I'm Jane Simpkins, and this is my ISP project. I was born in a gym. At 0 months, my mother carried my brother and I to my Aunt Jane's gym, the Body Works, 5 days a week. Nestled snug in my cradle, between the step boxes and free weights, I snoozed on the sidelines while my mother taught aerobics and dance classes. While most children were coaxed by lullabies, I was soothed by 80s hair bands and sweating to the oldies. Michael Jackson became my mother goose, the arms of bodybuilders my swing sets, and yoga mats my nap time blankets. Over the past 18 years of sitting behind a desk, I've come to learn one very important lesson. I despise sitting behind a desk. Give me 2 minutes of stationary studying, and I'll be off in a faraway land where obscene pencil tapping, knee shaking, and rapid gum chewing are the social norm. Although I'm sure my teachers have already noticed, I take more bathroom breaks than a 2-year-old. What they don't know, however, is that 9 out of every 10 trips to the bathroom are actually code for wandering aimlessly. Some people fear Chinese water torture, while I shudder at the phrase movie marathon. Throughout my life, I participated in athletics, including volleyball, basketball, golf, cheerleading, soccer, and most recently lacrosse. If not for sports, I'm certain my high school career would have been as exciting as a fishing pole without a reel, just a bunch of sitting around and waiting. Luckily, however, I realized early in life that working in a career behind a desk or stuck to an office chair was not my cup of tea. Thus, I turned to jobs that required manual labor rather than data entry or phone calling. My first job, for instance, took place in the canopy of the Tongass National Rainforest, where I was trained and worked as a zipline guide for Alaska canopy tours. It was there, amidst the dense trees and nervous tourists, that I discovered my passion. Helping people achieve life goals by completing physical challenges such as rappelling down a 60-foot tree or simply getting through the practice course gave me a strong sense of accomplishment. The rigorous weeks of rescue training and months of hiking up steep hills with 10 pounds of gear were, in themselves, a rewarding life lesson. Although exhausted, being able to literally feel the work I put in made me feel great at the end of the day and kept me wanting to go back the next morning. Combining my passion for helping others with my active lifestyle and BA in communications, I am confident that fitness training is a career that will allow me to use my strengths to toughen others' weaknesses. I chose to strengthen my skills towards a career in physical fitness by participating in multiple types of group exercise classes in Chicago and seeking advice from the pros themselves. My first fitness class took place at POW Kickboxing with Catalin Ogren. I took 2 back-to-back classes, including boxing and Krav Maga. While shocked by the gallons of sweat I shed during class, what I found most interesting was the advice I received from Catalin during boxing. While perfecting my stance on the right jab, Catalin told me one must channel their inner warrior, becoming a fierce, divified version of myself. This idea of transforming into an alter ego and believing I was stronger than I was something I had never fully realized until that moment. Facing the bag in front of me, the next jabs were the hardest I've ever thrown. It was almost as if during class I morphed into a superhero. For the next 30 minutes, I was no longer a soft-spoken girl from a small town in the Midwest, but rather a rough and tough reflection of the next Karate Kid. I was a force to be reckoned with, throwing jabs of gale force winds and undercuts of 1,000 volts. I was no longer Jane Simpkins. I was Enad Schnickmis, destroyer of self-doubt and pillar of power. Throughout my journey, from class to class, Enad was always there to save the day, getting me through every sit-up, sidestep, and stairmaster along the way. So here's the Enad, my trainer gurus, and the newfound confidence I discovered along the way. Because at the end of the day, you're only as strong as your inner warrior.